Most people spend decades dreaming about retirement. You know, that moment when everything magically falls into place. Kind of like when we were kids, dreaming about becoming an adult and calling the shots. It's taken me over 50 years to learn a few simple truths that have changed the way that I see money, purpose, and even my faith. And if you're nearing retirement, or maybe already there, this might save you some unnecessary frustration. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Heavenly Payday. I'm Carol, and here we talk about building income, purpose, and freedom in this season of life, especially for women over 50 who are ready for more. So today I'm going to share with you a few things that I've learned, and I'm sure you have your own list. These aren't complicated, but they've taken me a long time to fully understand. The first is spend less than you earn. I highly recommend that if you are a young adult starting out in life, that you earn a decent living if you can and live below your means. And especially if you are a two-person household, do what you can to save, invest, and avoid credit card debt. The storms of life will come up soon enough, and if you practice these habits from the beginning, you'll stand a much better chance at weathering the storms. How do I know this? Well, my husband and I learned the hard way when his illness ate up our investments. I'm not blaming this on him. Alzheimer's is a disease that does not discriminate against anyone. It will affect even the kindest, sweetest people. And when it forces you to pay for two residents, a long-term care home, and your own home, it can soon eat up what you have saved. But at least you can be thankful if you saved for that rainy day, because it's here. I learned that it's not only important to spend less than you earn, but also to plan for the what-ifs of life. And that leads me to the next point: protect your investments. You can be on track for your retirement goals, but what if you have a devastating loss, or even an illness that prevents a family member from bringing in an income? There are various types of insurance that can protect you from having to spend all of your savings. And all insurance is more affordable if you are young and healthy. But the challenge becomes that many young people think they're invincible, and until they've had a close experience, they don't understand the need and urgency for insurance. Earning, saving, and investing are some of the things I learned through life experience and educated others about when I was a financial planner. But let me be clear, since retiring, I no longer have those credentials. I speak only from experience. From financial to personal, this next point is something that I never struggled too much with myself, although I know many people do. Point 3, stop comparing yourself to others. Enjoy the differences that make you unique. I've seen far too many people struggle with this for too long. Maybe this wasn't a big struggle for me because I was the only girl in a family of 6 kids. So I quickly learned that I was unique. Much to the dismay of my mother, I wanted to be just like the boys. I wanted to do what they wanted to do. That's how I got labeled a tomboy for most of my growing up years. As a teen, I learned to play the flute. As an adult, I learned to be creative with stained glass. These were both things that not everybody else could do or wanted to do, and that made me unique and different, and I liked that. Comparison with others quietly steals your own contentment. You're never satisfied with just being you. What looks good on the outside doesn't always bring you peace. I learned early to stop and ask myself, what do I really want from life? Instead of letting others decide for me. And that constant comparison It often leads us to chase things that are not satisfying. Point 4, stuff doesn't bring us lasting joy. People and experiences do. The older I get, the clearer it becomes. It's the conversations, the shared meals, and the memories you create. That's the richness of life. You also start to realize how important it is that you feel well enough to enjoy them. Point 5, take care of your physical, mental, and spiritual health. Your energy and strength matter. Your peace of mind, confidence, and contentment, they matter too. Because what's the point of having freedom of time in retirement if you don't have the health to enjoy it? Now, I also want to say this. I know many people who are living challenges with their health and still living a very meaningful and purposeful life. Someone who is housebound can become a powerful prayer warrior. Someone with Down syndrome can be a beacon of joy to those around them. Even from a wheelchair, a smile and a warm heart can soften the hardest soul. And I love how this is reflected in this verse, Luke 2:52. And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Wisdom refers to his mental growth, and stature refers to his physical growth. Favor with God, his spiritual health, and favor with man, his relational and emotional well-being. And maybe that's really what it comes down to. It's certainly not about having a perfect life or perfect health. It's about how we choose to live with what we've been given. Stewardship. Point 6 is this. Time freedom with purpose feels complete. Retirement gives you time, but purpose gives that time meaning. Knowing that my life makes a positive difference for others gives me meaning. Sure, I love to travel, but more than that, I love spending time with friends and loved ones, helping at the food bank or the church kitchen, hosting students in my home, and being generous with others where I can. That gives me great joy. And I hope that others will see my love for Jesus through these things. And for me, that's part of why I started building an online income instead of just completely retiring. My own selective retirement led me to one of the most amazing realizations of all. Point number 7, traditional retirement is no longer an option for everyone. This might be the thing you need to hear in this video today. If you're not able to retire with a comfortable pension and a fat investment account, you're in the majority. In February of this year, 2026, IG Wealth Management's annual retirement study said that a generational shift is reshaping how Canadians approach retirement, as 48% of non-retirees have a workplace pension plan, whether defined benefit, that's where employees have a guaranteed retirement package on plan formulas, or a defined contribution based on the amount of money contributed and the rate of return. The good news is, if you're in this majority, those without a pension plan, you don't have to live homeless on the street anytime soon. It does mean that you might want to consider a part-time or selective retirement. Consider it a new beginning. Yes, at any age, even in retirement, change is constant. Just ask those who have gone back to work after retiring. So if you've been feeling this nudge, a quiet sense that there might be something different for you, a new and exciting income-generating project perhaps, then I hope this encourages you. Of course, retirement isn't the end. For many of us, it's just the beginning of something new and exciting, something more intentional. If this spoke to you, I'd love to hear your comments. What has resonated with you? And if you're a woman over 50 who's thinking about building income, purpose, or a new direction in the season, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that's exactly what we talk about here. In the next video, I'll talk about 5 things that really shocked me after stepping into early retirement or selective retirement. Things that nobody talks about. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.